All right, so welcome back to another Sunday breakdown. It's your boy Drewize Banks, and on this Sunday breakdown, we're gonna kind of go over a couple of things, right? So if you guys wasn't following my journey last week, I kind of did something incredible, right? I started an account with 10K, right? 10K, and now it's at 33K. Let me check 1 second. Yeah, it's at 33K. So the markets are open if you're watching this video as of right now, and again 33K is what I built the account to. Focus. There we go, 33K. So the goal for this week obviously is to see where I can take it to. I'm gonna be actually doing my breakdown. Now, if you guys wanna follow my journey along this account build, you can hit the link in the bio and actually join my free Telegram. Most importantly, my Discord, right? My Discord is where I do all the actual free services that I offer, which is free signals. And if you're lucky, you'll get the free link to join my live trading session where I'll be trading this account live and showing you guys the account build. Again, link in the bio. So we're gonna kind of be breaking down GJ this week and kind of going over the the market structure mainly as far as for where we're gonna go, but not just market structure, mainly all the confluences that are gonna kind of direct where the move is going. So enough's talking. Let's jump right into the land of the charts. Bam. So GJ. Now, the very first thing that points out to me is these past 2 months we've been rejecting. Now, a little before this, let me be honest, right? This was my markings. Now, in all reality, the market is still abiding by this, but there's just so much more details. Now, I normally start all over, but all we did was do the bullish push into this zone just as I thought we would. So I kind of asked myself, is there really a must to kind of do this all over? And I want to say, yeah, F it. So we're going to start it from the top. So again, the monthly, as you can see, we have a lot of rejection kind of going on, right? The main thing for me is that we're rejecting towards this main zone over here, right? We're kind of pushing up into this zone. Now, as far as for what's area of support down here that we hit, we're probably gonna have to get that from the lower time frame. One thing for sure that I can see basically is resistance is this area up here, which is gonna be around 216, 215. I can actually see that area as being some type of support or resistance. Now, when it actually comes down to it, right, the actual structure that we actually are going in as of right now is this is the last pullback that we made on the monthly time frame. Then we came up here, and now we pull back down here at the lowest, right? So that's the overall structure. When we switch it up to the weekly now from here, right, ideally, this is the big overall move, right? We came on 38.2, et cetera, et cetera. This is basically where we are. Now, within this, right, we can obviously see that this zone right here is going to be our previous higher high, right? And just follow along, because basically what I'm doing as of right now is I'm going over structure. If you guys don't know what structure is, market structure is the main bread and butter on how these markets move. You can see, for example, like this is an uptrend right here, and this is the trend that we're currently in. So I'm going to kind of break that down, deep dive that, and kind of show you from my perspective where it is that I deem the markets. Right? So obviously we came down here, right? We came, we retested, we dropped, then we came right here. And then from here is like really where we kind of set it off, right? Notice that these retests is up here where I'm at right now. And I'll kind of show you. Let me get the pointer out. Notice that these retests up here, they have like a lot of wick rejections, which means that we're rejecting something strong and we want to pay attention. Now, the reason why I started right here is because obviously we're in an uptrend and it's in confluence with the higher time frame, right? If you backtest GJ a lot, you should know what market structure area this is and actually why I'm starting here. Again, structure is the main bread and butter of these markets. Don't get it twisted. Shall we continue with market structure? So we came, we retested, we came even higher, then we drop, boom, boom. Now, I know what you're saying. Hey, notice on this time frame, however, right, we never actually, from this low point down here, right, even if we were supposed to switch it up, let's just say we were supposed to delete this and actually start from here because this was the real higher low that kind of set the trend off of a move, right? Even from right here, none of these areas gave a actual market structure level. If you guys don't know about Fibonacci, you would know that anything that in a 38.2 and below is actual market structure. We didn't get none of that on this weekly time frame, signifying the actual drop that we came back down here where we settled on 38.2. So now that I'm seeing this, I can almost anticipate some form of a retest kind of going on. Now, if you guys don't know, if you guys don't know, let me kind of pause it for a little second. Let me meet this guy. Real quick, this is my new cat, Zara. As you can see, Zara's incredibly needy. I'm gonna let you go. But yeah, I'm a cat lover, and I'm also a cat dad now. So kudos to me. Back to the breakdown, right? So, as I was saying previously, right? This is where we are on structure on the weekly time frame. So I put this little cursor right here because this is what I call the engulfing trick, where buyers took over on this time frame, and this is the lowest a retest should come to where the bodies of price actually find an area of support, which is cool, right? So now we're gonna continue going down. Now on this weekly time frame, obviously I see the trend. I see us going up. I see us making higher highs. Now, as far as for supply and demand goes, and using it as support and resistance, we're gonna make the color on this time frame blue. And I'm just gonna kind of highlight some areas that I think are deemable for a zone, like especially right here where we came back and did this retest. And most importantly, up here. Yo, bro, you can't keep bullying me while I'm trying to do a structure because you want attention. All right, there you go. All right, so now we're gonna kind of switch it to the daily time frame. Now, this is where everything gets kind of lit. This is where we can kind of see the details a little bit better. We're gonna start off by just deleting the actual fib. And we're actually gonna kind of start it from right here, right? Keep in mind, we actually have the higher time frame, which is the weekly market structure. So now we're gonna actually have to go down lower now that we're on the daily and kind of make it make sense. So most importantly, what you can see right here, right, is that price came down here and then right here. I'm gonna stop it for a second, change the color to white, and then we're gonna overlap our structure so that way you guys can see it a little bit better. So that when I delete the higher time frame one, you understand the whole point of what I'm doing this for. So most importantly, right, the markets came back here. We shot up, we pulled back, we shot up, we pulled back. We're just gonna kind of do it to an adequate area, right? On where we can kind of judge the overall sense of structure a little bit more better, like right around here. Now we're gonna kind of delete this previous, delete this. We're gonna delete this previous, and we're gonna kind of start from right here. I think my cat cut me. All right, perfect. So right around here is where we're gonna start from because on this lower time frame, we had a temporary break of structure right around here, which I'll make in red so you guys can see it to the best of our ability. Red right here, right? Now, ideally, where this blue one is, this is the higher time frame area on where we need to break. So we can see right around here, and let me switch to the pointer. Right around here, that these higher lows are actually being maintained overall in the structure of trend. So the whole point of us coming on this weekly time frame is so we could base our overall bias based off of this, right? So we actually broke, and then we retested 23, and then so on and so forth. 23. We kept it going, 23. Right, 23, 23, 23. So even at this time frame, it's agreed to the same concept as the weekly. So now, what we need to do is we need to go lower. Now, anything under the daily is going to be considered our analyzing time frame. So before we kind of go that low, what we need to do is kind of make some sense of these confluence areas, like right here. And then we're also going to drop one right around here. And you'll see why I drop one right here as we go lower. Because we're actually at an area of resistance. Outside of that, there's actually one right around here. And these are just touching up the finer areas, like the detailed areas. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, because we're nowhere near up here yet, so we need to wait. Yo, my cat is tripping. I guess he's saying that we should buy this week, in other words, right? Well, let's actually get to it. So, I need to go down here. Thank you. So now that we're kind of up here, so again, I started from right here, from this wick, and kind of dragged it up. Now we're gonna go to our analyzing time frame, like the 12-hour. The reason why I have all these time frames is because the daily goes and records 24 hours within a day. You can't go from looking at 24 hours in a day worth of data to anything lower. So what we're gonna start off right here. So I'm gonna actually drop an eclipse right here, and this is gonna signify so I can actually delete this structure. No, wrong thing, deleted. Let's undo that. and let's click on this. Boom. So that way I know the area that I'm starting from. So that way we're good to go. So let me see. All right, so cool. So the very first thing I see, right, on this time frame, even though in a higher time frame we needed to break up here, I'm just verifying this, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break out our good old friend Fibonacci here, and then boom. Now, one thing, if you know about fibs, you know. Now we got it from here, but you can see that the wicks are actually testing 38.2, which means that it didn't settle on this area. So we don't need to analyze on this time frame. Now we change it to the 11 hour. I think we may be in bingo. Ding, 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 ding. So we are actually in good work now, right? The 11 hour has actually printed. And you can actually see, based on this area, that this was an area right here that counted as a lower high in this little miniature downtrend, or a low. We came and we retested this area. So it would look something along the lines of this, right? Where we came, we dropped, we came, we dropped, we came, and then bing. Now, if you're seeing it from here to here. So in other words, let me draw it over here to the side. In other words, we got something like this. We came, we broke, and then we came back. The retest is looking something along the lines of this, where we retested this area. We actually did a market structure retest right here after we broke this area right here. So in all other words, right, this is what we're getting right here, which is ideally good. We need this so that way we can kind of see and understand where we are. So this is basically what we got. Yo, my cat keeps on clawing at the screen. This is hilarious. He's trying to tell me bye. Crazy. But this is basically what we got right here. Now, the reason why this is so important right about here in the Sunday breakdown is because we got a clear transition of trend. Not only that, but we got a clear shift, that momentum and everything's in structure. Now, literally from here, it's going to be a game of where we measure to the highs, and we should be maintaining structure all the way through. So ideally, our 11 hour is going to be the prone time frame that we're going to be analyzing from and everything. Yo, this cat won't give up. And if you noticed, right, it's going to be like a lot of retests. Even at this high point right here, boom. You can see that we got a test of 61.8, but settled at 50. Now, a lot of traders actually don't count the 50% as a market structure area. I do. And I do because it just means that you're in a balanced market and that the market is moving just as it should. Bro, you're going to crack my screen. Come here. Sit right here. Boom. So it just means that the market's moving just as it's supposed to. So literally from right here, this is where it gets interesting because this is the next higher high area via the weekly, right? And we can see right here that we got a test. So if we go down a little bit lower to our 10-hour time frame, right, we can see that we got wicks. If we go down to our 8-hour time frame, boom. Now, this is what using time frame correlation's all about, because as you're shifting through these time frames, you have to find a time frame that sends the picture or aligns with the picture the quickest. And then you also got to kind of make sure that, you know, we're maintaining, because throughout this all, right, I could have drew a trend line from here, here, and here, from my point A to my point B to my future, and I actually would have got an interaction somewhere around here. So the point A to point B and the point C definitely does kind of make it make sense. Do you need me to open that? Yeah. I'm just doing it all today, guys. Don't mind. But yeah, so boom, right? So now that we got this area as our newly listed market structure, we're going to go back to the 11 hour, and now we're going to kind of make it make sense on where we are. We could see based on where price is, that price was actually striving to get a retest right here, but boom. So we didn't get that, right? Now notice the rejections, notice everything, right? Now this area right around here, I'm going to make it in black. This is going to be our overall demand area for this area. And the reason being why we're making this overall demand from body to wick is because the rejections are so strong at this area that price is prone to actually come back here again. So try sitting in my lap, sir. So boom, right? We're going to make this area an overall demand area. That means that anytime price comes in this vicinity, this area, we should automatically reject and push up, right? So we're going to actually make this, and we're actually going to put in the text box, 11-hour demand zone. Don't get on me if I spelled that wrong. There we go. All right, cool. So now that we have that, we have our 11-hour demand zone. And this is important because we recently made structure right here. Now, if you don't know how structure works, especially with supply and demand, when we have a demand area, the very first interaction with that area, it's going to bounce off and reject critically. Every time that it essentially comes in that area, it should be rejecting very, very critically. So you just have to keep that in mind. Alrighty? Down. Yo, this cat is something serious. But anyways, so now that we're kind of caught up where we are within structure, this is where a lot of people actually get confused, right? And boom. Now, throughout this whole overall area, the last time that we came down and actually respected was the 61.8. This is fairly important because, and I'll show you why. This is fairly important, and I'll tell you why. This is important because you're going to notice at this area, right, even if I was supposed to measure and I measure to this next higher high up here, that basically the market came back and retested this area multiple times and never actually broke it. And if you look cleanly from this area standpoint, we got an 88.6. My bad. My cat is driving me a little nutty now, guys. 88.6. So boom, now from this area, this is where GJ gets a little toxic, and this is where kind of using good market structure is going to come in line. Keep in mind, the red zones are via the weekly time frame, right? Not the weekly, I'm sorry. The blue zones are via the weekly. The red zones are via the daily, right? The daily is the lowest time frame that you can analyze from. Now that we kind of did this, we're all caught up based on where we are right now within structure. So pay attention, right? So now, boom, we can kind of come here. Now, boom, the very first retest that we got right here was a 23.6. We didn't even make it to this 38.2. So there was really no worries with that, right? Let's drag the fib higher to the next higher high. Boom. This same zone that I drew right here, based on this area right here, you're going to see why we can actually stretch this zone from left to right. And boom, right? But at this standpoint right here, where we kind of got to this high, same thing, 23.6. You can see that this 23.6, not only do we get a retest on this side, but we also got a retest on this side, right? So we're moving via structure at this moment in time. If you don't know about 23.6s, that's something it's going to do. Go up to the next higher high, same thing, 23.6s. Notice that the wick rejections were getting longer and longer. That's based on support being right here. That's why I dragged this zone from left to right. Now, when we drag it all the way up here, boom, you're going to notice that we got a 38.2. So I know a lot of people are saying, hey, Drew, oh my God, we actually broke structure. Negative. You know why? Because when you're looking at the overall picture, right, and a lot of you guys DM'd me and sent me this, like, yo, Drew, we're definitely in a downtrend. We're going to go down on whatever. You are correct based on the daily time frame. I want to say that again. You are correct based on the daily time frame, just the daily time frame. Pay attention. The daily has a big brother called the weekly, right? The weekly is just showing a one candle retest. So in that instance, right, you're supposed to drag this back here, and then you're going to get your overall sense of structure based on the time frames that you used to analyze from, boom. And then you should have got this, right? This is why I bought right here. I had so much confluence right here. Not only did we reject this zone, we found support, and buyers took over as soon as we broke the zone, and we went from zone to zone right into our next resistance area. So now what I'm expecting this week is a retest, right? So let's actually look at what that looks like. So the lowest time frame that we went based on this was the 8 hour, but let's take some time, right? Because even though we came all the way down here and we found support, let's just say, like I was telling y'all, via the daily, you guys are 100% correct. Now, if we go down lower to like the 4 hour, for example, you can see that we were in a short temporary downtrend, right? From here, we broke structure, we came all the way down. So let's just say, theoretically speaking, this was the last lower high in this area, right here. Right? We're going to make that red. Boom, the last lower high in this overall area. Let's delete the structure. Oops, wrong thing deleted. Let's click on the structure and let's delete that. This is the last lower high. What happened right after that? We broke structure. So if you guys don't know anything about structure, yet again, you're going to get lost in the sauce plenty of times, right? So check this out. We broke here. Boom, we broke, retested, came back, retested, consolidated a little bit, shot up, came down, boom, boom. The market was building momentum, trying to break, didn't have enough volume, right? Consolidated, we shot up, We couldn't break that area. Then we dropped, right? Retested. Boom, boom. And then peep this, right? We came, right? We came. Bing, bing, bing. We dropped some more. Bing, 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 bing. So now in this area, right? I could go down to the 2 hour, and there's so much ways that this little area right here can be drawn. So now the only portion that we're going to be primarily focused on is this area right here, because this area is going to give us the real trend, understanding that we need to kind of take these trades for future setups, right? For future setups, right? So let's pay attention. We're going to delete this. And now this is where we're really going to get the judgment of our analysis for this week. So pay very close attention. Get ready to record. Greatness is about to start. So again, right, let's just say theoretically speaking that right around here, this was the last overall area of support. We'll make this area in, sir, ma'am, please. Let's just say that this is the last overall area of support. Do you guys think that I should bring Zara on this trading journey with me? She's just so adamant about, you know what I'm saying, just doing the thing. Put that there for her. So boom, let's just say this is the last market structure area. I want y'all to just comment below, should I bring Zara around for this whole trading journey? Zara's just very adamant on just telling me what to do about this trade. As you can see, keeps on jumping up here trying to give me my own advice. So pay attention, right? Boom, right around here, and here goes Zara again. Yeah, I think Zara is trying to tell me something about GJ for sure. So then watch this. We came and we dropped right here, right? Then we retested this area, right? Then we dropped some more, some more, some more, some more. Then we came, then we dropped, right? Then we came, retested this previous area from before, retested the zone, then we dropped, and then price began to make its shift. So it was right around here that I really started to pay attention, and I'm going to tell you guys why, right? I'm going to tell you guys why. Right around here, down here, is where this last market structure lower high was. This was the main one. I'm sorry, that was the minor one. This was the main one up here. Both of these got broken with this push up. At this point, we had a double bottom right here. Not only the double bottom signified that, hey, structure is going to go up. If I can get technical with it as well, we had an institutional level right around here at 184.250, where both areas kind of found support at. If you guys don't know about QPs, tap in. I'll teach you all about it for the free ski, right? Not only that, but on this time frame as well, we had a counter trend line, right? Based on this trend that actually broke right around here. Boom, so we had a solidified clean break. So when I was looking at this move now, I noticed this, that, hey, we broke the minor one, so I'm just going to take it right off the back off the minor one. Now, on this analyzing time frame, the lowest that you can go to analyze your data is the 1 hour. Now, peep this, right? Remember when I said minor, I changed it to the 1 hour and notice that we have different structure now, right? Because we were still abiding by the downtrend. So now I can delete all of this, and I'm just going to readapt the data to just right here so you guys can understand the analysis, right? Now, before I continue, the lowest time frame that I go to do my analysis is the 1 hour. I don't go any lower than that, right? Boom. So now we came, we boom, we consolidated, we ranged, we dropped, boom. Then we retest this area. Then we shot up, boom, confirming the break. Then we came, we're doing the market structure retest. Then we came, we must have the main market structure retest. Then we came, and then so on. And then we had a little bit of a tussle right here with the data, as you can see. As soon as the market broke this, we were lit, and now we're up here. So notice throughout all of this, right? Again, that 38.2. We're going to delete this because this was the lower low, this was the low, and then we broke, right? We broke this first zone right here because this is the last lower high based on it. If you want to test it real quick, and we draw from here to here, we can see 38.2 if we do it right here, right? So once this area got broken based off of this downtrend, we knew that we could have ascended upwards, right? But it was this push pullback right here that allowed us to get that break that we needed. So now you can see that we settle on 50%. 50% is a market structure area. This cat is crazy. All right, where's the green? Boom, so now we're here, right? No. Now we're here. Bro. I got this. I got this. You chill. You chill. I know you want some love right now. That's all you want. So then boom. Now at this moment in time, right? This was a 38.2. But now again, this is why the higher time frame is so important, because this is just a retest candle. And if I would have been using my higher time frame, I would have saw this retest that needed to happen right here. You can still see that on this time frame, this area is still a structure area. If you don't know what I look for to account areas by structure, you should tap in, right? So then from here, we got to print past this area right here, which is the previous higher high. Boom, we printed past there, and then boom, right? You can see 50%. This is why I count 50% as a market structure level, because we get a lot of tests on it. Even though we settled on 38.2, we get a lot of tests on that area, and that's actually good, right? We're gonna delete that, and then this is where it kind of gets a little lit. Now in this time frame, again, this is the 2 hour. If I switch to the 1 hour, we still didn't get no 38.2 right here. We got a 23.6. We didn't even make it to retest this area. So then we drag it up to the next higher high area. And then if you look right here, boom, we got 38.2. Right? Let me make sure it's on that wick exactly. And skadoosh, 38.2. So now you can see basically where we are now within price, right? So now we have just made a 38.2. And now on this lower time frame, boom, we got this zone right here that we could potentially be retesting. So now this is my analysis, right? It's obvious as hell that right around here at 192 is an area of resistance, right? So we have our support, we have our resistance throughout this whole dynamic range. This was the last structure area. So this is that I'm doing right now is all gonna be based off of the 1 hour, right? So on the 1 hour, we could get something like this to where the markets pull back from right here, either drop into this area, or they could drop into this area and then probably push back up. Either or. It could push up from here, right, at this zone, or something of such. If we go higher than that, right, we can get a retest down here at the 61.8, or even come back to this zone right here, right? So now we're kind of waiting to see what the market is striving to show us based on the data that's there. But we also got to make sure that the higher time frame, we look at the higher time frame perspective to get its retest as well. We can see that obviously the market's way overdue for a retest. We were super bullish last week. So I'm going to wait for the buying bias. But if I set up my long positions, I'll set it up as low as like here. Oops, let me put that back. And we could definitely ride this thing all the way up to negative 61.8, but we would just have to wait. I would say we'd have to wait and see if it comes in contact with this zone and this rate right here. But essentially, I have it looking from here. No, I would never give y'all 150 pip stop loss, but we're just waiting to see, and then we're going to do the best risk to reward. But I'm thinking it's going to come back and retest somewhere around here based on the confluence that I have with this area right here from where it broke at. So what happens on the left does affect the right, and if I look, I do have a zone that I can actually draw from here, or I can just stretch this one that I have right here, right? And I can make it fit this demand area right here because we're still in the 4 hours, so we can still use the supply and demand. And you can see, even though we're using that supply and demand, there's a lot of support and resistance tactics over here as well. So the market uses it as both support and resistance in this overall area. So because we're super prone to where we're at, I'm thinking that we're gonna probably come back and test somewhere around here, maybe go a little bit lower and then push off. If I go to the 5 hour, I can see that buyers also took over right around here as well. So I want to say, as far as where the move goes, this is the lowest that the move can go to where the body of price can actually find support. But at that being said, this is your boy Drewize Banks. I try to keep these things super short. Zara, where you at? Let me get Zara, because Zara thinks she knows what she's doing. Chill out, bro. You about to cut me. So Zara thinks that she knows everything when it comes to trading. Join me in my crazy cat and the tactics. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on the next Sunday breakdown. This is your boy Drewize Banks, and I'm out.